Hey, how's it going? Just be Clever Sausage, aka the Couch Kumara. I'm coming at you with something completely different today. No Bible translations, scriptures and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, something really bizarre, extraordinary. Because I came across a website, a blog site, sorry, by a guy called Dan Steele, and he claimed that this translator of the original Aramaic, Galilean Aramaic scriptures from the first century, given by Thomas to the church, all that sort of stuff, the church that he founded, supposed to do the original manuscripts in the original language that Jesus spoke, and tells about what he said and did and all that stuff, right? Victor N. Alexander, right, translator, filmmaker, graduated from San Francisco Film Academy, went to Norway after graduation, did so many years there, so he knows the European style of filmmaking, whatever it was. He said, okay, and then he goes to Hollywood and does independent film for about 15 years or something like that. Yeah, so he knows what he's talking about. There's information on Dan Steele's blog site, right, online, saying that his middle name was Isaac, when there's translations and that actually say his name is Nimrud, Nimrud, which apparently Victor N. Alexander's bloodline goes right back to Jews in Egypt, and probably further back to Nimrod in Genesis, right? So his middle name ain't Isaac, so it's like querying that, and then apparently this guy's in contact with this hospital in America. He might be on the meds, get a bit senile because of it, and all this other stuff. And I came across this supposed writing, a statement by Victor N. Alexander saying that what was it? Oh my gosh, I forgot what it was now. That his site was taken down by Donald Trump, his son-in-law, all this other stuff, and then it ended up another one about something else and all this, right? So I because the site had been pulled down, right, I found a way to resurrect it, as I mentioned in all the other videos, but I can't put it up because it's copyrighted to that guy, right? It belongs to him, so I can't do it. I have to get his permission. So I tried to get hold of him. He's a hard man to get, but I finally got a reply from him, and to verify all this information, because he came across something online. I was like, what? Really? That his father was, or his grandfather, I think it was his father, was the first director of the CIA in America. Then he left, and the second guy took over. Right, the father went to Hollywood, started doing silent movies, got quite popular or famous there. Not really sure of that. Popular anyway. Let's leave it at that. And the other guy took over, and then it's Dr. John Merrick, sinister guy, along with the Queen Elizabeth. They're up to some nasty stuff, right? And apparently they were the cause of the Holocaust in Germany, not the Germans, all this sort of stuff. There was information, so I tried to get hold of him and get him to verify it, because I'm hearing so many stories that this Victor N. Alexander said this, that, and the other thing. So I got a reply from him, right? So I copied it from my email. Okay, so it's genuine. I just got to find it. Okay, and this is what it says here. Okay. Hi, H. Oh, no, this is my name. I erased. Then you know what that is. Okay, the enemies of my Bible translation are the Mormon, and are the Mormons. He does typo, so it's not like him. I've communicated with him on and off for about a year or more through email, his email address, right, and mine, whatever. And it says here, and are the enemies of my Bible translation, and are, it's not like him, the Mormon homosexual Dr. John Merrick, and he gives me a link to Facebook. That's where I am now, right? And Queen Elizabeth II, who he exposed as the co-conspirator, together with the Mormon homosexual and the homosexual Hitler, who hated his Jewish father, who raped his Catholic mother, all that sort of stuff. I was like, what? Really? And they caused the death of 6 million Jews. But according to this guy in America that's an expert, in statistics of that era, he says, no, there wasn't 6 million in the world at that time. It's less than 3 million. I don't know if he said 1 million, but let's just say, if I can recall right, he said about 3 million, something like that, just for argument's sake, right? So I was trying to get hold of him, that's what he said, right? And then he gave me the link to his Facebook, which is over here. I'll put it in the bottom of the video after. And I thought, oh, what the hell is this? I thought he said the guy had been executed by Angela Merkel, right? The German Chancellor, or Chancellor of Germany. Right. Here at this Facebook page, it says Dr. John Gunnell murderer of 6 million Jews. Okay. Dr. John Gunnell murderer of 6 million Jews. This horror was perpetrated by the United States government, by the CIA. It was the work of Dr. John Gunnell, born in Canada, who became a US citizen in order to become the general in charge of the Battle of the Bulge. Dr. John Gunnell is the son of Dr. Joseph Merrick, the Elephant Man. No reflection of the Elephant Man, who was a Catholic. I guess that's not what he was like, right? He's not a crazy dude like this guy's. This guy's a descendant of him, but what do we know? But he's not. Yeah, he's never as mad as this guy, or evil as this guy. Dr. John Gunnell is the son of Dr. Joseph Merrick, the Elephant Man. Well, yeah, being his biological son, could have passed on the madness. But obviously, yeah, they're saying that the Elephant Man was completely different to his son, right? Dr. John Gunnell was the son of Dr. Joseph Merrick. He never passed any of that madness on. Dr. John Gunnell was the son of Dr. Joseph Merrick, the Elephant Man. No reflection of the Elephant Man, who was a Catholic. The Merricks were a Catholic family. In fact, Victor N. Alexander was baptized a Catholic, even though he was already baptized as a Presbyterian as a baby, so he didn't need to be baptized again. He was already a Christian, but since it meant that he could go to the US, albeit via Canada and Regiopolis College, another Jesuit high school, he agreed. However, John Kerry Merrick, when he became a young man, he went to Brigham Young University and became a Mormon. He graduated with BA. He also fought as a boxer by the name of Harry Greb, the Pittsburgh Windmill. Obviously, he didn't die. Harry Greb has a boxing website. Dr. John Gunnell decided to discard his US citizenship in order not to stand trial when the US Supreme Court would ask him to come to Washington, D.C. and if found guilty of making the US responsible for the murder of the 6 million Jews and then blaming it on Germany, and Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel has already planned the trial and execution of Dr. John Gunnell to make him pay for the total destruction of Germany by the US and Queen Elizabeth as the British monarch, who approved the death of the 6 million Jews and the method of how they were murdered, and later tried to prevent the State of Israel from being formed when, as the Queen of Great Britain, sent British troops to kill the returning freedom fighters who took back their homeland, the land of Israel, and flew the Star of David as their flag, and they chose the colour blue as a sign. It's got sing there, but it should be sign that Israel was going to be a peaceful nation. Therefore, Dr. John Gunnell and Elizabeth II are his target, Victor Alexander's target, to make sure that the UN tribunals for justice should be able to have them both tried and executed by the firing squad. As Dr. John Gunnell has already been sentenced to be executed in Israel by the firing squad, but President Donald Trump is harbouring him for financial reasons. And as he is also Canadian born and a traitor, he might also be tried by the same UN tribunals in order to be executed eventually. Also for harbouring the two criminals, former President Barack Hussein Obama and his FBI Director James Comey, who made multiple attempts and succeeded in assassinating and killing Dr. Barack Hussein Obama Sr. And since President Donald Trump is also harbouring him, and since he has also had the Muslim President Obama raping his wife Melania. Come on, man. The First Lady, in order to teach her a lesson. Lesson about what? Victor N. Alexander is seeking the charging and sentencing of all these men who are US traitors, together with their allies in the US, whomever they may be. He's going to charge them through the US Supreme Court and the UN tribunals until they are all executed by the firing squad. In the meantime, if Victor N. Alexander fails, he shall continue to deny the US and Great Britain the signature under which his father, who formed the CIA in 1906, put him in charge of rewarding the US troops that won the US all wars against their enemies. After I bring to justice the US traitors mentioned and applied in the US Victor Nimrod Alexander. Okay, let's put underneath that the Mormon Church with its heresies. Heresy that the angel Moroni is Jesus and is an abomination and must be ignored by all Christian churches. Okay, Alexander. He actually did a 1 to 10 like list, right, of all these factions, and at the top was he stated the Jehovah's Witnesses, even though they got silly ideas like Jesus was created, he's the Archangel Michael, they're the only ones getting into heaven, 144,000, all that sort of stuff. He rated them as number one because apparently their translation of the ancient Aramaic is pretty close to his, right? Pretty close to the right translation, you know, probably one of the closest. Whereas Christians say, oh, you know, they're the devil. Their translation is like a school kid's grammar, you know, and all this sort of stuff. Kindergarten grammar, yeah. Well, by the sounds of it, not true. Okay, okay, you got Lily Allen. Don't want to really show that because she's swearing. Foul words, don't need that. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know what to believe. Like, you'd have to go and do the research. That's what I tried to do. I couldn't find anything until he gave me this link. Yeah, it's about Dr. John Gunnell, the murder of 6 million Jews. Yet Angela Merkel, Prime Minister of Germany, is she still the Chancellor today, is afraid that Germany will be ousted from the UN. 103 people like this, 103 follow it. Okay, some sort of phone number, I don't know what the hell that is. Okay, it's photos. Okay, I don't know about Facebook if it was a problem. If it was anti-Semitic, I guess I'd take it down. Yeah, I really don't know, I'd have to do the research. You'd have to do the research to prove that this is fact. Okay. But yeah, these poor people that deserve that as a nation, to be starved, overworked, and starved like that. Die of what's that thing? Typhoid, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, all that poor. You know, there's effects of being overworked and underfed. You know, starved to death. This guy here looks like a Mexican. You know, with the sombrero on the back and the bullets over here. Oh, I don't know what this guy is. I think he might be one of those what do you call them? Collaborators, you know? So like the police rounded them up and directed them to their deaths and all that sort of stuff. I really don't know who this guy is. Yeah, but that's a photo. Holocaust in the Aramaic, ancient Aramaic means sacrifice. So that's what this is. It was a massive sacrifice on somebody's part, right? Yeah, I studied, I actually read a bit of Mein Kampf and My Struggle by Hitler. Heard that it's actually written by the Jesuits, and he just liked it so much he signed his name to it. Yeah, I looked at the supposed proper history of Hitler, and I thought, well, you know, looking at the situation in Germany, here's one man and say 50,000, if there was ever that much there, that stood up and said Germany for Germany, enough's enough, right? Because they had no jobs, near starving, all the exports were being exports were being boycotted by American Jews and all this sort of stuff. They're basically going down the toilet, right? And when he rose to power, right, he was like the one man that stood up. He had the big cojones, right, to stand up and say Germany for Germany, my beloved Germany, blah blah blah, and he did something about it, right? One in 50,000, let's say 30,000, that decided to get up, nine, you know, and whatever. Yeah, just the proper history of it, because there's always two sides to a coin, right? But the trouble is, the schools are teaching you this watered down version, right? Because, you know, somebody out there is saying, well, you know, don't read his book, don't believe him, don't read anything about him, blah blah blah, because he's anti-Semitic, all that sort of stuff, right? Yeah, he had these plans, and you know, and they failed. So his body boy suggested an alternative, solution, right? And he went with that, all this sort of stuff. But what he was supposedly doing, because he felt that everyone was going to destroy, I think maybe Zionism, which was dead, came back to life, sort of thing, in the 30s when he was the Chancellor, right? And they probably wanted the power, right? So these other Jews, Germany, whatever, opposed them, maybe, so they wouldn't give them crap. The Germans were used as bully boys, all that sort of stuff. They realised because they became a power and they're a threat, maybe the American Jews or Zionism or whatever saw that he was a threat, right? So they got to knock him down. But he said, they're trying to get rid of Christianity, wipe it out. And he didn't like that because he was a good Roman Catholic boy or something. He wanted to keep it, restore it, or keep it intact, right? And get rid of them, get rid of communism, all that sort of stuff. Whereas in World War One, Germany was kicking the British or the Allies' butt, right, hardcore, to the point where Britain was going to give up, surrender to Germany, right? So a Jew guy, suggested, we want something, give it to us, and I'll promise you'll give it to us, and I'll tell you how to beat the Germans, right? Right, you kick their butt. So he goes, what do you want? Oh, we want a state, our own state, maybe Palestine or Israel, whatever. We all the Jews can return to, right? Blah blah blah. And he says, okay, what's your suggestion? We'll promise we'll give it to you. What's your solution? He says, bring in the Americans. Okay, so basically Hitler wanted to get rid of communism. I guess he was trying to blame the Jews for it, all that sort of stuff. These Zionist Jews or whoever factions, right? That started it up, started all that sort of trouble. Get rid of them, Americans. Get rid of it. Join us, America. Don't be our enemies. Be our allies. We'll fight together. Get rid of communism. Yeah, Russia, whatever. What's his name? Rasputin. They told the Tsar Nicholas at the time, don't side with the allies, because eventually they'll poo-poo on you after they got what they want. Right? They've been known for doing that. I was told by a South African, told by a person here. American told this certain chief, don't let him, muscle walk all over you, because and whatever, right? Because they'll poo-poo on you, and they did. So cut this flagpole down, all that sort of stuff. So he got rid of Rasputin because he was suggesting this MI6 or something shot him with a certain rifle, blah blah blah. Then there's a fabricated story. And they make out he's evil on all these Marvel films, all this sort of crap. He probably was a bit eccentric, but like they exaggerate it, make out that he's this evil tyrant and all this sort of stuff. Defame him, all that sort of stuff, because he was like telling the Tsar, watch out for the Bolsheviks or something like that. All this history stuff. I try to sort out all this information here, right? Just do the research and whatever like that. But I thought I'd put it out there. Someone else out there might actually know, because this guy could be on meds, he's maybe going senile or something like that. Who knows, But he could be 100% telling the truth, right? Pretty skeptical. I mean, he's a nice old man and all that, but you get old, you get senile, you start imagining stuff. But he believes it's true. He's got the evidence, all that sort of stuff. He's doing this, he's doing that. What do we do? Take it with a grain of salt, or go hard and research it, see if it's all true. Okay. This Dan Bennett guy. Oh, not Dan Bennett. Dan Steele guy on his blog. I don't know about this guy. I'm not too sure about this guy. It could be a genuine article, but just some things he said is like doesn't make sense. Bit iffy about the guy, But that's basically what I found. Hopefully I covered everything. You have to go do the research on this Harry Graham, Dr. John Gunnell, all these people that, aka Dr. Joseph Merrick. Oh, he's the son of Dr. Joseph Merrick, the Elephant Man. You have to go do the research, personal research, study, dig and find out, establish the facts, let the evidence prove itself. That it's irrefutable, all that sort of stuff. Because this will totally change history if it's like proven, right? To be fact, to be evident, right? Undeniable. Because this one country was blaming another country for it, through this a couple of these people. Yeah, apparently, yeah, I think it was something like Alexander was saying that his father was first director of the CIA and all this stuff. Then he left and went and did silent movies in Hollywood. He popular. Pretty sure that's what he said. Okay, let's have a look at this thing here. Yeah, see, looks like he's saying here. The enemies of his translation, Bible translation, va.com. The Mormon homosexual Dr. John Gunnell, Queen Elizabeth II, whom he exposed as the co-conspirator together with the Mormon homosexual and homosexual Hitler, who hated his Jewish father, who raped his Catholic mother, that caused the death of 6 million Jews. Yeah, well, looking at history, it's either they're lying to you, because he states he's Austrian, they state he's Austrian, you know, all that sort of stuff. His father might have had a closer relationship with a closer relation, you know, like a cousin or something like that, Adolf's mother, and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. See, history is saying something, one thing, and this guy's saying another thing. So you got to go do your personal research and all that. Someone's messaging me, so through Facebook. So I've got to go. So yeah, subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. Tell us you liked it or you absolutely hated it. Blah blah blah. But yeah, keep it civil. You know, like I was on a chat site. I was talking to someone else about it, and they started getting nasty. We got on like a house on fire before, and he started getting nasty, calling me a Nazi, fascist, racist, and all this, anti-Semitic. I was like, dude, I'm a brown dude, so how can I be racist? Well, I don't want to be racist, you know. All that sort of crap, it's just absolutely wrong. But this guy's making these assumptions. He kept on hassling me about it, you know. Every time I was on there, he says, "You go check out the history." He goes, "Mate, he knows everything." You know, he doesn't know nothing. Just throwing accusations, right? He's not really a troll, but he's just, you know, just all right, yeah, this guy's a racist. He's trying to convince everybody. So this other clown jumped on and trying to do the same thing. You know, they had no real evidence, and then they tried to get a third person, which is no troll, to back them up. You know, but yeah, if you know your history, if you know the truth. Yeah, you're going to get haters, aren't you? Okay, so yeah, I'll leave the link to their Facebook underneath the video. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment if you liked this or hated this, but you know, be mature about it. You know, and give us a thumbs up, ring that bell so you yeah, you'll be notified of any new videos that I bring up. Got a problem here too with YouTube. I can't stick the post the other videos up, you know, so you can look at those ones as well after you watch this one already. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. I'll try to find a solution. I can't figure out what it is, but maybe some brainiac out there will give me some solutions, some suggestions. Yeah, I thought maybe I've got too many videos up there, 200 and something or whatever, and or maybe it's something to do with, like, I have subscribe button already built into the video thing or whatever. There's something like that, something little, I have no idea what it is. But yeah, as I said, subscribe, leave your comments below, give us a thumbs up, tell all your friends, tell the birds and the bees, you know, and you know, come and look at what Clever Sausage was talking about on his channel, because it's real interesting. It could change history. Yeah, is it for real? Is it not? Okay, we will see you later.